Well, Facebook says it's not true, but users worldwide and here in East Tennessee say their private messages are appearing on their public timelines for everyone to see. Welcome back. I'm Beth Haynes. The rumors about the private messages appear to have originated in France and quickly spread on social media in recent weeks. Some users reported that private messages sent between 2007 and 2009 were suddenly public. A few employees here at Channel 10 even reported seeing those private messages, and some said they saw messages from 2010 go public as well. But Facebook contends the messages were older wall posts that had always been visible on the user's profile pages. The social media site says no mechanism had ever been created that would allow a private message to be published onto a user's wall or a timeline. Similar rumors surfaced and were investigated back in 2011, but they were proven to be untrue. Well, to dive deeper into the Facebook fiasco, our tech guru Dan Thompson from Claris Networks is here. Always glad to see you. Know, I have to say, we first learned of this Friday night in the newsroom. Several of us logged onto our Facebook accounts. I did not personally see any private messages posted on my wall, but I had several coworkers that did.
Yeah, mass panic ensues when things like this come up, for sure.
I mean, really, you know, it was very much a panic. Are we freaking out for no reason? Is Facebook telling the truth? What's going on here?
Well, so it's a good question. Depends on who you ask. According to Facebook, as you mentioned a minute ago, this is all rumor. It's not true. A lot of bloggers have kind of supposed that what it is back in 2007 through 2009, we all kind of looked at Facebook a little bit differently, maybe shared a little bit more back then than we do now. And so now when you go back and look at your old timeline, you're appalled by what you used to tell people. Well, I'm not so sure that's the truth. Obviously, with your coworkers, you know, I would be inclined to believe them. And there's a ton of people online saying that this has happened to them.
And this is a big deal.
It is. It's a huge deal. I mean, this has very big privacy implications. Obviously, you would be more inclined to carry on conversations, you know, through what you believe is a secure channel that you wouldn't necessarily post on what amounts to the bulletin board at your kid's school, right? So big implications here. Facebook maintains these are two separate systems. It would take a lot of work for that mistake to take place, but I don't know. So
might be worth looking into on their part.
Absolutely, absolutely. I looked at my timeline this afternoon, didn't see anything. The big thing though is go in and look at your security settings. Make sure it's set to what you would want it to be. So like mine is set to where friends of my friends can see my stuff but nobody else. Some people prefer just to have it to where only your friends can see it. However you feel most comfortable, make sure your settings match that.
If users want to check their personal Facebook accounts, they just go to their timeline. Where are they going to see most likely these private messages if they were posted on their own timeline? And what years?
Okay, so 2007 through 2009 is where most people are saying that they're seeing this. So if you just go to your own Facebook page and scroll down, on the right-hand side, you'll see like a list of years, and you can just click like 2007 and just start thumbing through and see if anything looks a little weird.
And your best is to go ahead and delete that item on the timeline or to hide it.
Yeah, you can either hide it or delete it, whatever. And I think different people are going to approach that different ways. Some people are going to see it and they're not going to really care because it was a conversation about, hey, are you coming over or going to the concert tonight?
Well, I don't think people are going to be scrolling that deep into your account either.
Right, yeah.
That's a whole other issue if that's the case.
That's right. That is a whole other conversation.
We'll talk about that later. Well, let's jump ahead now to Facebook. Also been in the news recently. The social network site is now rolling out gifts for friends. And these aren't just virtual gifts that you've seen on other sites. These are real gifts.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, I have to say. So now the sell is, okay, so you see your friend's birthday was today, and you're like, oh no, I forgot to buy them something. So what you can do is you can just go to their timeline once you get this feature rolled out to you, and there'll be a little fly out thing to the left, and you can buy them like a Starbucks gift card, or send them chocolate, or send them flowers, whatever. And then you'll obviously have to pay, and then it'll show up at the user's home or office or whatever address they've supplied Facebook with.
I don't know the terminology, but do you have to enroll in this?
It doesn't seem so. They do. This update is coming out like all other Facebooks, which is kind of a staged rollout. So they introduced it last Thursday. They'll be implementing it with the whole Facebook crowd over the next coming months. So you may see it before I see it or vice versa, but you shouldn't have to enroll for anything. The big question is going to be how they're going to store credit cards, things like that. So I would proceed with caution at first and and then we'll see how it plays out.
But a new endeavor, the online retail market for Facebook. Good idea. Can they compete?
Man, it seems like a good idea. Nobody has said this, but you have to kind of assume they're going to be taking a cut of whatever the cost is. So just another way for Facebook to make money, and with their stock performing a little bit less than what they'd hoped, maybe this will be the nice shot in the arm, and the people who invested will get a nice return.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good topic today. Well, sites like Facebook and Twitter are a growing problem for our country's judicial system, and it's costing taxpayers. Coming up, how judges are having to address social media from the bench and their work to keep jurors from posting and tweeting outside the courtroom. That's coming up next. Stay with us.